I accidentally spilled coffee on the city's most feared mafia boss. He thought I was trying to insult him, but when he learned what my family had done, he became my fiercest protector. The worst morning of my life began with a paper cup of coffee. I was already late for work. My landlord had given me a final eviction notice. My younger brother's hospital bills were overdue, and my phone wouldn't stop ringing because debt collectors wanted money I didn't have. As I rushed through the train station, someone stepped directly in front of me. I slammed into him. My coffee exploded across his expensive black suit. The station went silent. The man slowly looked down at the stain, then back at me. Around him stood 6 men in identical black suits. None of them moved. One whispered, "Boss, just say the word." My heart stopped. I recognized the man immediately, Luca Morty. People called him a businessman. The newspapers called him untouchable. The city simply called him the Mafia boss. "I am so sorry," I stammered. "It was an accident." He didn't answer. He simply stared at me, then he quietly asked, "Do you usually throw coffee at strangers?" "No, I'm just clumsy." One of his bodyguards stepped toward me. Luca raised a hand. "Leave her." Then he looked directly into my eyes. "If this was an accident, I'll know." He walked away. I thought that was the end of it. I was wrong. 2 days later, I noticed the same black SUV parked across from my apartment, then outside my office, then outside the grocery store. Someone was watching me. I finally lost my patience. I walked straight to the SUV and knocked on the window. Luca lowered the glass. "Why are you following me?" "I'm not. My people are." "That's even worse," he sighed. "I wanted to know if you really spilled the coffee by accident." I couldn't believe what I was hearing. "So, you're spying on me over a coffee stain?" "No," he paused. "My men found something." "What?" "Your last name." My stomach tightened. "My grandfather," he continued, "was once a poor immigrant. 30 years ago, someone hid him and his family during a gang war. He always said one family saved our lives." He handed me an old photograph. It showed my grandparents standing beside a much younger version of his grandfather. I recognized the house immediately. It had belonged to my late grandmother. Luca spoke softly. "My grandfather made me promise. If I ever found the family that saved ours, I would protect them." I laughed bitterly. "You're too late. My grandmother died. My parents are gone. My brother's in the hospital. And I'm about to lose my apartment." For the first time, his expression changed. Not pity, respect. Over the following weeks, strange things started happening. My landlord suddenly apologized and canceled the eviction. The anonymous donor covering my brother's medical treatment refused to leave a name. The company threatening to fire me after budget cuts somehow found enough funding to keep my department. I confronted Luca. "You did this." "I kept a promise." "I don't want your money. You don't owe me anything." "I don't." "My grandfather did." Months later, someone tried to kidnap my brother outside the hospital because they believed our family knew where Luca kept his money. We knew nothing, but Luca arrived before the police. His men stopped the attack without a single shot being fired. That night he admitted the truth. "My enemies think I care about you." "They're right." I looked at him. "Why?" He smiled faintly. "Because your family risked everything for mine when they had nothing to gain." I grew up hearing that story. I never believed people like that still existed. "Then you spilled coffee on me." I laughed for the first time in months. "So that's our love story? Our misunderstanding?" A year later, Luca made one final decision. He sold every business connected to organized crime. It cost him millions. Many people called him weak. He simply answered, "My grandfather survived because one ordinary family chose kindness over fear. It's time I earned that kindness." People still ask whether I fell in love with the city's most feared man. The truth is, I fell in love with a man who spent his life trying to become someone his grandfather would have been proud of. Sometimes, one accident changes your entire future. And sometimes, a spilled cup of coffee uncovers a debt of gratitude that has been waiting 3 decades to be repaid. If you accidentally crossed paths with someone powerful who owed your family a life-changing debt, would you accept their protection or insist on standing on your own?